Welcome back, everyone. I am Zarlin, and this is, once again, East Origin. And we just had a mini-boss fight that was, the supposed-to-lose fight in that area. But now that that boss fight is gone, we can go past that area and come this way. And this will be our third and final special ability that we get in this area. And I quite enjoy it. Not much to say, besides I quite enjoy it. Got a couple of screens to go through first. And we'll get more story on Hugo as well, with his whole screw my brother, I'm gonna kill him. That's just terrible. Anyways, not much to say. Just killing things. That's all I can say. I always feel like this set of floors is the longest. But here we are at the third and final artifact. This one's got a bit of a story behind it. Toll's commanding officer, Saul Tova, commander of the Holy Knights. This was his sword. Yeah. At least you better be. I don't really know where that came from. But, now I find it kind of interesting that he wants to grab this supreme holy power, yet the magic he's using here seems an awfully lot like the demon magic. So you can tell that his purpose is not exactly the best. But this is Saul Tova, Yunka's father, in fact. And he was down on the ground with Toll as well. But he did not become corrupted as Toll did. In fact, we'll find out later that Toll became corrupted after Saul died. At least if I remember correctly. I could be completely, entirely wrong. But, basically the whole, absolute power corrupts absolutely speech, or with great power comes great responsibility speech, or whatever, but he doesn't need a lecture from him because he's dead. Great explanation there. So, he's just gonna use his demonic energies here. Looks demonic to me anyways. To absorb the pure holy power, which makes no sense. And we get the Crimson Lotus Blade, which, Blue Lotus, what does it get us?
The Crimson Lotus Blade allows Hugo to turn his eyes of fact into giant balls of fire that will circle around him. The more eyes of fact you have, the more balls of fire you will have spinning around you. After obtaining a ruby, you will be able to charge this attack to shoot a large flame forward from each eye of fact.
Thank you for that, Blue Lotus. While you were saying that, we saw a bit of Hugo's evil laugh come out. And as you can see, he is getting quite power hungry. And it seems Epona here is a little worried about him. Which is kind of weird, since she's a Darkling. But, yeah. And, so yeah, as I said, this is the last ability we get from obtaining an artifact. Well, we will get, like, a double jump later and stuff like that. But no, like, big magical ability. And, Hugo is, as I said before, kind of getting a little bit too power hungry. So, yeah. And there's the demonstration of the ability right there. I don't have a ruby yet, so I can't charge it up. It does some pretty good damage, especially when you get more rubies. And charging it up does a ton of damage. It's mainly what this is for is to do damage. That's all I can say. So, not much else to say. Just kind of gaining SP. And I'm getting hit by a lot of things. But I have nothing to say right now. Just kind of grinding for more SP. Well, as I mentioned before, we noticed that there were torches that were out. And as we get to this area right here, after I accept my divine blessing of increasing the strength of the Eyes of Fact, we have to go and use these torches for basically to, you know, have certain platforms move. And there'll be another puzzle later in the next episode where we light torches again. New cloak. So, whoop. Get the new cloak on. As you see, we light the torch with the flame ability. Imagine that. Fire lighting torches. Haha. Anyways. And now I'm going back to see if I can use the divine blessing on my armor. But I can't because I don't have enough. And not much else to say. Besides killing things. These slimes are kind of annoying. And really, I'm just doing all of this just so I can get more SP, so I can... Because SP is basically your currency in this game. And, the upgrades help you a lot, especially on higher difficulties. And the first time I played this game, I played it on easy difficulty. And, I didn't know about the Claria ore, which can be a bit problematic, if I do say so myself. And so, without knowing about Claria ore, your weapons don't do as much damage, and so you get in a little bit of trouble. Going back to my... Oh, I dropped down on accident. Those guys are a new enemy that will slam the ground, and once they get to about half health, they'll start glowing and they will charge at you. They're quite easy to dodge. Especially, but their slam attacks do hurt quite a bit. So yeah. Up here is Topaz. not too important, but it does increase the power of our trap mines, which, honestly, I probably won't use much until the final boss, but I'll use them. We'll see. Since we have the flame wheel now, the trap mine isn't exactly that useful for combat. But then again, it kind of is, because it's good for kiting people. It's good damage while you're kiting people, I should say. Which is what I should be doing more of, but I'm totally not the kind of person that kites very well. I'm more of a face tank kind of guy. Which is probably why I should have chose Yunka first. But, yeah. I find the shield much more useful than the mines once you get the flame wheel. But of course, yeah. Also, this was my first oh my gosh, that looks awesome moment, really, while playing the game. These things just look awesome. Don't touch them at all. Not a single part of them. Because they hurt. They don't burn you, but no matter where you touch them, they will hurt you. Even on that jewel thing on top, I believe, if I remember correctly. I'm not going to test it out, because, honestly, I want to take as little damage as possible. On the outside of the tower. And these little puppies. We'll come back to this area. It'll be pretty important. But since this episode has already gone on this long, I'm going to get to the next checkpoint, which I believe is after this screen. And we'll level up our armor because we have enough points for that now. And after we level up the armor, I'll end the video and I'll save. And I'm already a bit farther than this. I actually did some pre-recording, and we have a ruby. So now we can charge it up, and there's our damage. Now, surprisingly, the last two, it was pretty much you had to use your special ability if you were going to get that you got in that level in order to fight the boss. This next boss, don't use it at all. Yunka, I use it in that battle. Hugo, no. But we'll talk about that when we actually get to the boss. So, in the next outlying area, it is something significant happens, and it'll take more time than I'm willing to do, so we're gonna upgrade my armor, and then I'm gonna end the video, and I'll see you tomorrow, or if you're watching this after the video, the next video. See ya!